Hello, I'm Beth Builder, and I'm gonna carve some rocks today. Alrighty, so I know it's been a while since I've carved any stones or rocks, and I apologize. So what I was waiting for was, I was waiting to get a big heavy respirator, because that's what people had suggested, that if you're gonna carve rocks, you really want to get like the best respirator that you can get. So now I have one, so I don't have any excuses. So the idea I have is, instead of carving kind of one-dimensional, like just flat, carving into a piece of wood or a rock, I'm thinking to carve like a 3D thing. So I looked up just like simple animal carvings, and I have some small stones here that I'm gonna try to carve like a little animal, and it's gonna be like 3D. So I'm gonna carve on like, all the sides except maybe the bottom, and maybe I'd carve the bottom to like get it to sit more flat. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm gonna say this is like attempt number 1 to do this, and then I'll try it over the next, couple months again and again, and hopefully learn something and do better and show like the progression of these little like rock animals that are carved 3D. So I think what you have to think about with this is what sticks out on a face of a creature. So like a cat, you're gonna get like nose, whiskers, which would be maybe kind of hard to carve, but like ears, and then things that are more like sunken in, so like eyeballs, the size of your face are more like pushed away. Knowing what material to take away and what to add. It's like negative space, positive space. If you know anything about painting, art, it's that idea. So I have my chalk pencil, which people have asked about and been like, that's a great idea, which I didn't think about. It was just so much easier to use on rocks than a marker, because as soon as your stones are wet, they're way darker than when they're dry. So then like something dark like a Sharpie, you can't freaking see, which is annoying. You could just use a piece of chalk, but the chalk pencil I think is the way to go, because you can sharpen it and then you can get a really good point. So I've kind of sketched out on some of my stones like just a simple face kind of, and I'm gonna try and kind of carve out some ears. This is an owl, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. And then, kind of be like, okay, what's the back of an owl look like? Well, it's gonna be mostly feathers, so that's not so hard. And then I have just a flat little tray here that I fill with water, and I put a rag in here to just kind of like lift it up, and then it sits on something wet, and it's just easier to kind of like work with, I think. That's what I've found to be very useful. Other than that, I'm gonna get all geared up with my goggles and my respirator, and then we'll get into it. So one problem with my rotary tool is that it's cheap, first of all, but these bits just do not want to go further inside there. It seems like a dumb, cheap problem to have, but that's just like the truth of it, that I've had that problem with this all the time. And honestly, with carving rocks, like it's so hard on bits and everything that I end up having to like stop and tighten my bit, a couple times when I'm carving with the same bit for a long time, because they just want to like vibrate out, because you can't jam it in there further. It's just cheap and it's annoying, but that's, a thing to be said, because I will have to stop and tighten them more often than you might. And I have had them like fly out, which is terrifying. So that's why you wear goggles and just be aware of your equipment and everything. So yeah, this is my little owl guy that I've sketched on here. So yeah, let's do it. I'm really happy with how my little owl turned out. I think it's super cute. I feel like it looks like, you know, an owl. So a couple times I did end up like marking areas again with my chalk pencil because I think it just helps with like then which lines you need to follow and what you need to like make deeper. So I had some reference pictures on my phone, and I think cartoons are probably like one of the best things to look at for simplistic shapes and animals, etc., because they're so simple. So they're easy to like find a picture of a cartoon owl, like the cosmic owl on Adventure Time, and then you get simplistic shapes. So like eyeballs and a nose, and you don't have to look at like a real animal and be like, oh my God, I'm never gonna be able to get my little stone thing to look like that. So go with like cartoons, and then yeah, it's just about like looking at the shadows of things, of where things are shallower and what things protrude, you know. I thought about giving him little feet, but I wasn't really sure how to do that exactly. But I did carve the bottom better so that he does sit upright. But the ears, nose, eyes are really where like a creature is gonna like come to life. So rock carving, I think, is fairly similar, of course, to like carving wood, but wood, you know, you could probably do this in like half the time if you're working with wood versus rock, because it's such a different medium. It's so hard that you have to kind of go slow and be willing to take your time with it. But both things do have, like, you have to be aware of like the imperfections in wood, like a knot or a crack or just the way the grain is. And I think rocks are entirely similar. So this had a little pit in the rock, and it ended up carving out like a different color until I like had gotten deep enough that then it was gone and you can't even see it anymore. But that's something potentially in a different stone, like a more slatey stone, it could have like cracked the whole thing if I'd carved into like an imperfection like that. But this is pretty hard, so I wasn't too worried about it. And it didn't have any other cracks or anything, so it seemed like a solid little stone. But you have to be aware of like picking stones for what you're doing, like a shape, not picking anything with already cracks in it that, like, you know, if you carve too deep into it, it's just gonna like fracture. So you do have to be aware of like working with with the medium, you know, and not expecting it to be a completely different thing, you know, than what it is. It's stone. So you gotta like be willing to work with it. And think about like when you're picking out rocks, like I try to think about, like I pulled out like 5 here when I was looking at shapes and animals and just kind of like looking at the shape of a stone and thinking about like, well, what does this look like? You know, like this one I thought about doing like a cat, you know, so like this thinner end would be maybe like a tail, and then the top would be like I'd carve ears and stuff. So, but this guy I thought was a good candidate for an owl because it was fairly oval, round shaped, and it didn't have any cracks or like fractures in it. Versus other ones I had, like they didn't have like a good base already. Like they just kind of want to like flop around. Or they're too thin, where I thought they would definitely end up cracking if I got too deep. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to get 3D features. Like that's what I wanted to try for, was carving deep enough to get shadows under eyes and ears, and like maybe some little wings and his beak to look like a little sculpture and not like a one-dimensional drawing on a piece of paper. So I feel like we're leveling up here with my rock carving. I did have a little trouble with this rotary tool, and I've had it before, and it's annoying. It's the flex shaft that I have problems with. Like I said earlier, I have had it where over time, especially with rock carving, just because of the friction between the bit and rock, that the bits want to like kind of work themselves out. And so I had it to the point where the collet, whatever, this word, was just worn out enough that I couldn't tighten this enough to actually grip the bit. So I had to go and find my other colettes and trade it out with one that's kind of too small, but these bits do still fit in it and I could tighten it up. But I think what I will end up doing in the future is maybe getting a new flex shaft, because this one just came with my cheap rotary tool. The rotary tool is fine. it's this flex shaft that just it's just cheap. Which, if you know Carving Fusion, Jordy, he's totally talked about all this stuff and he knows way more than I do. But just from like working with this, I mean, I know it's cheap, and having used it plenty, I just know the problems that it has. Okay, but let me know if you've carved a tiny owl or a tiny animal or a little gnome or something. What kind of rock did you carve? And like, what are your tips and tricks? Maybe you can teach me something, because I haven't been doing this very long, but I think it's pretty cool, and I like that other people are into it too. So yeah, leave that in the comments below. Otherwise, go get carving, you know. I hope this was helpful to somebody. Give me a like, subscribe, check out my other rock carving videos, along with like my Etsy, where I have stuff that I wood burned and wood carved and stuff, which I also really like doing. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week's new video, and thanks for watching. Ooh.